Hi, everyone.
Right.
Welcome to Champions Digest again today. Another interesting edition. And sincerely yours, I'm so excited today because I have my friend of about, let me calculate, 2009 till date is how many years?
Oh my God. Maybe 15 or more.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. For short, I call her EC. That is high SI. Yeah, but if she pronounce a long name, I'm sure it's gonna, many of us will speak in tongues. Yeah,
Not
she's a
that bad.
financial expert for over a decade. Yes, over a decade. And I must say that she's an alumni of Lead City University. Yeah, for Lead City guys watching out there. And let me also say that she's really, really exceptional, very brilliant. Okay, that's fine. Don't let me just say too much. Friends,
Well,
please welcome with me my friend Isi to Champions Digest. It's so nice to have you around.
hello, everyone. Good
Yeah.
evening, good morning, good afternoon for wherever you're watching all around the world. Just as I said, my name is Isi. Isi Meme. That's the full, simple name.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for inviting me here. I feel excited.
yeah, that's fine. It's a good one. It's good. All right, so today we just want to talk briefly. Okay, but before we talk briefly, I know you've told us about your name. Yeah, I would like just to just tell us maybe two, three fun facts about you that you think we should just catch up together knowing.
Okay. Just as you said earlier, I've been in the financial industry for a little over 10 years. I
That's
work in one of the foremost Nigerian banks, and yeah, I'm also a financial advisor by
that's
the side, just trying to help people who are actually, will I say, middle class people, like how to manage their funds, how to put funds in the right places, especially with the whole body's looking at how to make their funds work for them, So yes, I've done much of that, and then I try to teach once in a while, you know, as per our future goals and everything.
fine. That's really
And
nice.
then I like to read fun. Yeah, once in a while I like to read for fun. I'm a nutrition enthusiast, let me put it that way.
Cool.
So I like to do some form of exercise and just try to eat right. So
That's good.
fun fact.
That's good. That's a good one. And because you are an expert in the financial sector, today we will discuss something you would like to talk about, that is value alignment and financial decision making, especially for the young adults. And since that is what you love to do, let's begin by asking the question, what is value alignment and probably how do people make financial decisions or probably, I don't know, just, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. When you told me we were going to be talking about something in these lines
Yeah.
regarding value alignment, financial discipline, and
Yes.
all of that, I just kind of did a little, will I say, introversion, like look inside and just kind of ask myself, me the last 20 years, me the last 10 years, looking
Mm,
at young adults,
mm,
what should I be looking at as my financial values?
that's fine.
What should I be looking at as financial discipline? What
Mm,
should I actually be looking at? And so, if you don't mind, I wrote a few things,
that's fine.
regarding financial alignment. So I'll just try to, as fast as I can. Let me know if I have time or if I no longer have time.
You have all the time. You have all the time.
So I looked at values
Mm,
first of all. So if you are telling me, if you're asking me, how can I align myself financially? How can I have financial values? I'm asking myself, what is the meaning of value, Seth?
that's fine.
And so value has to do with what is important to you. What do you see as important? What do you hold dear that will take you into life or take you into the rest of your life. And then I also asked myself that what are healthy financial values? And I wrote 7 things which I think are my financial values.
Different.
And I'll talk about how I've aligned them in life, you know. So I started with saying I have 7 healthy financial values, you know. Those are the things that have really been helping me right from time. And one of them, which is the most important, is number one, wealth and promotion come from God.
Mm.
We're talking about young adults here. We're um, kind of creating an image, a mindset
Mm.
that young adults should carry on in life. And
Mm.
so one of the things they should know is wealth comes from God,
Mhm.
promotion comes from God, even the word of God says so. And so when you're looking to be wealthy, put that at the back of your mind,
It's
not
fine.
necessarily from your own hard work or stuff. Wealth comes from God. Two, it is God's will that I prosper.
It's
I
fine.
believe that most of the people watching me here are faith based. I hope I'm a Christian, and so I believe so much in God and what God does for me.
That's
You
fine.
understand? So, number two, I said it is God's will that I prosper. God does not will for anybody to be poor, and so growing up or as a young adult, have it at the back of your mind that God wants you wealthy. So have that very important. Number three, I am never wasteful. I have the mindset of I must never be wasteful. So it's a value for me. And then number four, I don't succumb under peer pressure. This is something that has been a very big deal for young people these days. You know, there are some young people who are extraordinarily wealthy, so to say, kind of. So, and they want to flash their wealth at your face. That okay, at 25, some young people are already riding Benz. At 30, some people are already riding Rolls Royce. I don't succumb under peer pressure. I have my own race to run. I have my own journey to walk with. Number five, money always multiplies in my hand.
Mm.
So one of the very strong values that I have is I don't have 1 naira and it remains 1 naira in my hand.
Mm.
I have a duty to multiply it. And we'll talk about all of that
All right.
as we go on in the program. And then number six, I believe in hard work and I believe in opportunities. I'm still talking about financial values
That's fine. Yes.
the
Yes.
young adults should have.
Mm.
And then the seventh and the last one is the importance of networks cannot be overemphasized.
Mm.
This is a value that I hold very dear to me. So all of those values now, if I take all of that and align them with my financial discipline, what is
Mm.
financial discipline?
Yes.
Like, you know, principles that shape your relationship with money, having strong principles that shape your relationship with money. If I have all of these pointers at the back of my mind,
Yeah.
it grows my discipline with money.
Mhm.
And so every young adult should be financially disciplined.
Mm.
You shouldn't all of these points that I just talked about that you should be wealthy, you should aim to be wealthy, you should never succumb under peer pressure. If you are going to live by all of those values, then you have to be disciplined. You can't live like the very next person beside you. You cannot be as flashy as the very next person beside you.
Mm.
That is what discipline does. Discipline is what every other person finds very difficult to do. With pain and uncomfort, so to say, you get to do it. That
Mm.
is how financially disciplined as well. So when every other person earns maybe 100,000 naira per month, and
That's
you
fine.
see the way they are living, they are not even able to save at
Mm.
the end of the month. That should not be you. Because if you are earning 100,000 naira now and you are not able to save, it's very likely that when you are earning 1 million naira, you will still not be able to save.
Mm.
Put that in naira because I'm from Nigeria. You can
That's fine.
assume that for every other currency of the world. I'm just trying to say, if you have all of these values as your um as your propeller, so to say, you'll be financially disciplined, and the values of financial discipline cannot be overemphasized. Like, as you go on in life, you are better able to make decisions than the next person sitting beside you. You are able to make more sound financial decisions about your life and about your future. And you find out that you are more financial discipline helps you to become more settled earlier. Like, you are financially settled earlier because you're already projecting how you spend your money, how you save your money, how you invest your money, and all of those points will obviously lead you to financial success.
All right, thank you very much. I'll just pick up from where you stopped now, talking about financial settlement. There is this law of demand and supply. All right, how does this apply to this? Is it possible for one to be financially settled? Considering that humans' needs are is it unsaturated or something? I don't know.
Insatiable.
Insatiable. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, it is possible to be financially satisfied, so to say. Even though if even if you earn $1 million today, I would not tell you to go to sleep, and because you earn $1 million, no matter what you earn, you keep looking to get better, you keep looking for bigger and better opportunities. But it is so if you are disciplined with discipline, it's possible to be fair. It's possible that your supply can meet your demand. So I think I don't remember. I think I have a few points that I even kind of outlined for things like, just give me a second.
That's fine.
I just remember something. Okay, so you remember that most of, will I say, online or social media will tell you that you must have a 50-30-20 rule regarding your money, maybe
Yes.
50% for your needs,
Yes.
30% for your wants,
Yes.
and then 20% for savings and investment. Personally, I think you can tweak that principle for your demand to be able to meet your supply.
That's fine.
So, not if, for example, the world says that only 20% should go into your savings and your investment, you can tweak that. You can become more financially disciplined. You can stretch out yourself further, such that probably even 50% of your income can go into savings, can go into investments. And obviously, you know how we say now, don't always stay put to just your salary.
That's fine.
Always look out to bigger and better opportunities so that this demand we're talking about can be met. Yeah.
That's really nice. Thank you very much. When you were talking about those 7 principles, there is something that you mentioned, like, I am not wasteful. I tried to ponder on those words, I am not wasteful, and I really need you to expand on that, because at what point can someone be wasteful, especially when it comes to managing resources?
So maybe I'll start from a broader point of view.
It's fine.
Or will I say start from an example?
Okay.
If you don't plan for monies that come into your hand, if you don't plan for resources that come into your hand, there's every likelihood that you won't know how they go out. And that's what I call wasteful. Okay. If, for example, somewhere in my mind, I'm planning, my mind space is big enough to accommodate $1,000. If somewhere in my mind, I have already thought about, if today I receive $1 million, this is what I'll be able to use it for. When that money finally comes, you would most likely use it for that purpose. But if your mind space is not big enough, even if you don't have it right now, if your mind space is not big enough to accommodate those huge sums, for example, or those huge opportunities, for example, when they finally come, you become wasteful with them. Maybe not, say, for example, you begin to give family members, you begin to like become
Other
all of
people.
a sudden become a Bill Gates, become somebody who is contributing, and so every need you are the one who is meeting it. I'm
Mm,
not saying that you should not meet needs, but when you don't have something that you are working with, when you don't have like a board, like a vision board, where if money is coming to your hand today, this is what you're going to use it for, you're going to be wasteful. And so
mm,
I always tell myself, I'm not wasteful. And how do I ensure that? I always have things that I want to do. It's another discussion of the money is not yet there, but
mm,
that I have those things in black and white on my vision board of this is what I like to invest in. This is what I like to do if this money comes to my hand. This is
mm,
what I like to do when this opportunity comes. You know,
mm.
that way, how will you be wasteful? How?
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you very much. So it's so nice to know that it is very important that we are not financially wasteful, not just challenging, planning the right thing, spending the money on the right thing at the right time for the right purpose. I think that's all you try to hammer.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
fine. Thank you very much. So, no peer pressure.
Oh.
Now we see that the society now has so many pressures. So I know there are also financial pressures.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
said that no peer pressures. So how do
Yeah.
you encourage someone out there?
So I said that because I believe that most of our audience are young adults
Fine.
who are looking to looking to do well and
Mm,
who see what happens around them. So
mm,
they are not isolated. We are not isolated in this world.
fine.
We see what is happening with young adults. We see many people who are extraordinarily wealthy, probably from sources which we don't know, probably from inherited wealth that some people may have. Do you understand? As a young adult, you shouldn't compare yourself with anybody.
Mm,
If, for example, many times you go on social media now and someone is 29 or someone is 30 and he feels like a failure
mm,
because because he doesn't have a house of his own yet, or
mm,
because he's not married,
mm,
or because he doesn't have that dream job. He
mm,
feels like a failure. He's he's unwilling to associate with other people because he thinks he has not achieved. And so if a negative opportunity comes his way, he wants to grab it.
mm,
I'm telling you that don't compare yourself with anybody. Don't compare yourself with the next person.
mm.
Everybody's journey is different.
That's fine.
Don't compare yourself with anybody. Don't succumb under any form of peer pressure. The
Mm,
same monies that you feel you cannot live on, if you think about it again, if you plan with it again, you can actually live with such amounts of money.
that's fine.
Because the other people who you look at who spend all the millions and all of that, many of those funds may go into avenues that will never come back again. But
Mm,
you who has, say for example, you have a certain sum and you use it judiciously, it will most likely even work better for you than the very next person.
that's
So
fine.
don't compare your journey, your financial journey with, with the very next person. Everybody's journey is different. And that point is very, very important to me. And I've always worked with that and it has worked for me.
That's fine. Thank you very much. So how can I balance my savings, my income, and my expenditures? How best can I balance that?
Oh, well, so the thing is, in a world where our financial situations are unsettled, not just in Nigeria where I come from, really everywhere around the world, the
Everywhere,
rates are
everywhere.
going up,
Yes.
inflation rates are becoming double digits.
Mm,
Things are it's really maybe a little difficult to say you want to save
mm,
at this time of our lives, but this is something that has to be done.
mm,
So I would think that um, maybe I should start with you can begin to deny yourself of some things you may not have everything that you want at a point in time. So you may begin to like deny yourself of certain things just so you can achieve your goal, just so you can achieve your projects, so to say. And
Yeah.
then secondly, I think one should take up the opportunities of training, train your mind, acquire new skills. Because by the time you are training your mind, by the time you're acquiring new money-making skills, your saving capacity is increasing.
That's fine.
Your investing capacity is increasing. And so you are able to spend more. Obviously, it's when more come in that more can go out. If more doesn't come in, or if you are not able to set aside more, there will be a struggle.
That's fine.
So I think one should train his mind, acquire skills, and then research into investment opportunities.
Great.
So there are investment opportunities along literally every line you may want to think of. If you're an engineer, you don't have to be a financial expert. You're an engineer, you are into arts, you are whatever it is that is your scope or that is your role. There are investment opportunities across all of these veins. Look at investment opportunities, and then don't be in isolation in this life. Leverage on networks, leverage on what other people too are doing. You can take opportunities to invest with others. So people are going into businesses, people are establishing businesses as a result of maybe an idea that drops in your mind or something like that. Nothing says you can't partner with them. Nothing says you can't leverage on those networks so that you yourself can even get some more by the side. Do you understand? So I feel like all of these points would help one to be able to save more, invest more, and then you're able to spend more, because in this life, you should be able to sponsor your lifestyle. If you can't sponsor your lifestyle, you become very frustrated.
Interesting.
So,
Let's talk more about sponsoring lifestyle.
my way. Okay.
Yeah, because I know there are different lifestyles.
Yeah, so
one of the reasons why we have peer pressure is because of that word lifestyle.
yes.
One of the reasons why people run into debt is because of that lifestyle.
You're right.
Talk more about that.
So the thing is that the fact that you want to have financial values, you want to be financially disciplined, does not mean that you shouldn't have a certain lifestyle that you can work with, right? So that's why if you have a certain taste in life, or you have a certain standard of life that you want to live, then that just shows you that you need to become more hardworking. You need to leverage more on opportunities as they come your way. You understand? And there's something that people say, or that we financial people say. I think you prosper more on deals than on maybe waiting for your salary. And how do you know that there is a deal in something? It's that you are there, or that you are exposed, that you are reading, that you are aware of what is happening. Do you understand? So that's why I believe that wealth comes from God. It's God that opens one's eyes to opportunities to take advantage of.
That's fine.
So don't just rely on, oh, I earn 100,000 naira or $5,000 every month, and that's from where all of what I need to spend in life should come from. No, look out and leverage on deals around you, other investments around you. And when you are able to do that, why? You can sponsor your lifestyle with discipline. I did not say that you should not be financially disciplined. You can be financially disciplined and you can have a good life. You can have a good life, you can have good meals, you can have a luxurious life. People who enjoy luxurious life are not necessarily wasteful or spending their monies on the wrong things. No, if you can afford it, why not?
Okay. Now, let me ask this question. How can I strike a balance between enjoying the present, all right, and planning for the future?
Right. If you have your headspace in the right places early in life, I
Mm,
think that just helps one's future to get better. Very quick example. I did my master's in the UK, and looking back now,
mm,
I feel I probably would have made more international denominated investments
mm,
early in life.
mm,
Because now, looking at exchange rates all around the world and everything, I'm asking myself that if I had made certain investments early in life or certain financial decisions early in life,
mm,
I don't know, I probably would have been better off now.
mm.
But well, knowledge is continuous, and you don't start until you start what you want to start.
Yes.
Do you understand? So start already, and I feel or I think that that will guarantee a prosperous financial future.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That is really beautiful and so nice to know that it's good to also have financial goals,
Yeah.
which is really very important. And it's better to start early in life. Yeah, but we'll not end this segment without talking much about the word discipline.
Sorry.
We'll not end this segment without talking more about the word discipline. Discipline.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
in the world where everything looks very attractive, when you go to the store, you say, buy me, buy me. When right, how can one cultivate that act of discipline, especially when it comes to managing finances?
Well, so uh I personally have a hobby, a window shopping hobby,
Okay.
you know. I like to look at stuff, expensive stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't matter that I don't have the money yet. But I think that helps my mind to
Mm,
think about, I'm going to afford this. And so what do I need to begin to do to
mm,
help me afford it? I don't go window shopping to spend my last kobo or my last cent.
that's
I
fine.
go to inspire myself.
Mm,
And so before, in a world where it says buy me, buy me, buy me, your income is also saying inflation, I can't afford this, that. So I think it's basically your call at the end of the day.
mm.
Inflation in Nigeria, for example, now is an average of about 30%.
Wow.
In developed countries, maybe going as high as 5-10%. And so, firstly, you need to begin to look at your investments. In Nigeria or in African countries, for example, your investments have to be a little over the inflation rate in the
Mm,
country where you live.
mm,
That's the very first way that you can even secure the monies you have,
mm,
so that all of those things that are shouting, buy me or afford me, so that you will be able to even live above them.
mm,
But if you don't even have that, if maybe the money that you think you have in your bank account, inflation is already eating on it, it becomes useless after some time.
mm.
Because, for example, if inflation rate is 30%, that means in a little over 3 years, the value of your money will be gone.
Wow.
You understand what I'm talking about? So
Yeah.
one should already begin to cultivate, already begin to do that maths.
Mm-hmm.
Have Nobody says you should go about super risky investments or super risky ventures, but you need to have a basket of risky, less risky, no risk at all, and
Okay.
all of that. So if you have that basket, you can shake it up. And yes, all of those luxurious things that we talked about, you can afford it at a point. You should always look back at your pockets. Look back at your pockets. I personally, I'm not a fan of the whole credit card thing,
That's
the
fine.
whole in or buying what you really with the monies you really don't have.
That's fine.
But you probably need to use your credit cards or your credit lines by all means, as long as you know that whatever you are using that for will generate something for you
Return.
very soon or in
Yeah.
the future,
Mm.
right? So there's really nothing you cannot achieve. I feel maybe I should just round off by saying this. That as a young adult, there's really nothing you cannot achieve if you set your mind to it.
That's fine.
The impact or the importance of discipline early in life cannot be overemphasized.
Mm.
If you are financially disciplined and you necessarily don't really put a mind or a thought to what other people think about your decisions, what other people think about you, I
Mm.
feel you'll be able to make financial progress more quickly.
Mm.
Because what's holding many young people is also, for example, let me say, for example, an accommodation.
Mm.
You can only afford a certain kind of accommodation at a certain point in your life
That's fine.
because you probably have some financial goals, you probably have an investment mark or something like that. But some of your friends are like, oh, why would you live in this kind of place? Like, or maybe you are thinking, what will my friends say? What will my family think about this area that I live in? Or
Mm.
the kind of car I drive? Oh, my friends will say I drive a 2005 Corolla or a
Wow.
2010 Corolla when they are already driving 2023. I'm
Mm.
like, duh, you, you must always know what you want.
That's
You
fine.
must always know what your goals are, and they're not the next person's goals.
Mm.
Do you understand? So have that at the back of your mind. Set your goals already.
Mm.
Look out, just as I said earlier, look out for the investment opportunities,
Mm.
look out for the network opportunities, train your mind, have skills, and then most importantly, look up to God
Mm.
because He's the one that brings opportunities your way.
That's
But
fine.
don't compare yourself with other people. Don't compare your journey with other people. I
Beautiful.
guess
Thank
that's
you
it.
very much.
So, yeah.
This is really inspiring. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare your journey to other people. There are different seasons in life, and every one of us we are at different phase of the seasons of our life. Now, I need you to address someone out there who is listening to us now and who has the mentality that wealth is of the devil. That's number one. Number two, someone is out there who has the mentality that nobody has ever been rich or wealthy in our family, so I don't think I can. All right. And there's someone out there who has also been doing all he or she can, but yet no financial breakthrough yet. What kind of advice will you give at this instance?
Okay. I hope I remember the three. But the very first one you said, somebody who thinks wealth is of the devil.
Yes.
You know what I always tell young ones in my workplace and in church? Uh, um, chasing wealth is is a hustle. Staying back
Hmm.
and just letting life play out is a hustle on its own because they are aftermaths of each decision. So choose your hustle,
Hmm.
choose your path. The Bible says that wealth comes from God.
It's
The
fine.
Bible says that prosperity comes from God.
It's fine.
There's not the devil does not have anything. Don't let the world deceive you. Don't let the
Hmm.
devil himself deceive you. The devil does not have anything.
Hmm.
God's plan is that we are wealthy, we are rich, and we are prosperous. And
It's
so, if your life is not going that path,
hmm.
back to your maker. Take time to ask questions and also put yourself out there for opportunities. I always say that.
Hmm.
Sometimes some people have had experiences where opportunities came to meet them in their houses or in their rooms. I
Hmm.
can't discount that.
Hmm.
But also, you have to put yourself out there for opportunities to meet with you.
That's fine.
And you can't be laid back and say, what will be, will be. No, what will be, won't be.
That's fine.
You know, said something earlier. I said you don't start until you start what you want to start.
Mm.
So what was the last thing you said? I don't think
From a family that has not experienced wealth.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Well, nothing says that you cannot be the first of the best. Nothing says that you cannot come out of the dunghill of, oh, this is the way the family has always been. No, you can come out of any form of struggle that
Mhm.
you are having. It starts with the mind.
That's
I'm a
good.
very strong advocate of what goes on in your mind.
That's fine.
It starts with your mind. It starts with you sitting down one day and telling yourself that I am not going to continue like this.
Mm.
I pick my pen and my paper and I begin to navigate. Of course, you pray about it because nothing comes from you if it doesn't come from God.
Mm.
But there is a mind space, there's a mind shift that has to happen for you to live. Our elders always say that you can't keep doing the same thing every day and expect a different result. So if the family history has been a certain way, the onus is on you to have a mind shift, to shift purpose, to shift goal, and then let's work with that. Even the guy that invented light, didn't
Mm.
he do it how many times? Almost 1,000 times before it finally came to pass.
Mm.
So don't give up. Don't give in. Don't give up. Keep working on those projects. Keep
Mm.
working on leveraging on those opportunities. And I know, not that you never can tell, I can tell that opportunities will come to you
Mm.
very soon.
Mm. Thank you very much. What will be your final words today?
Well, um, I'm encouraging young adults out there
Mm.
not to look at the negatives happening around the world. I'm encouraging young adults out there that even in a world where there's so much depression, recession, there are opportunities that are still available out there to be taken advantage of.
Mm.
And so many young people are putting the burdens of life in their minds, or they are literally carrying the burdens of life. And I'm like, you are too young to be thinking about all of this.
Mm.
So instead of being discouraged by what is going on around the world, the economic situation, financial situation, and political situations even around the world, instead of leveraging and thinking of those negatives, begin to look at what can I benefit from what is happening right now? How
Beautiful.
can I be different?
Mm.
What can I do? What more can I achieve? You
Mm.
know, there are opportunities. I strongly believe that there are opportunities. I see it every day. And so
Mm.
I keep encouraging young ones that look for the good in every event, in every situation. Look out for the opportunities because they are there.
Thank you very much, my friend Isi, for coming on the program today, Champions Digest. Your words have really inspired us, and we know that it will go a long way, blessing the lives of those who are listening to this.
Thank
And
you.
one of these days again, we would like you to share your thoughts on how you have been changing the mindset of people. Yeah.
Well, that would be nice. I'll be happy to.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for having me. Thank you.